Hello twin flames, and welcome to the Divine Masculine Daily Message for Tuesday. And it's not just Tuesday, it's a new moon, and it's the start of the real 2022 with the year of the water tiger. So today we're going to bring in the Divine Masculine Message Tarot to bring a message in. So what's your masculine going through today? What's he feeling and working on? I've used this deck for the daily twin flame reading and it'll blow your mind. But these are extra things he wants you to know. So look at this, we've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant, it says, I am learning who I am spiritually to be able to commit to our love. Very beautiful. I am learning who I am spiritually. So he's realising he's so much more than who he's been, who he was, who he's been, even who he is. He's realising he's so much more than that. He's realising he has a purpose, and that's why he's come. So he's also starting to really understand the concept of twin flames. Now, he may not recognise the label, and it's really important that we let go of the labels on this journey. You know, and we talk about twin flames and catalysts and karmic partners and all these things because we know what that energy is, but it's more important that you take the label away, especially if you're stressing out over the labeling, you're not sure if this is your twin flame or you don't understand. So take the labels away and instead think about you and them. And this is what your masculine is doing. He's not putting it into a concept of what a twin flame actually is. He just knows he feels something he's never felt before. He knows that you and him have a real powerful bond, unlike anything else. He feels that soul love and that soul connection to you. And he knows it's different than anything else. So he doesn't necessarily understand the word or the concept of twin flames, but he certainly knows the concept of you and him, or you and her. So he's looking at you. So when he thinks of you, he thinks of your name, your energy, your vibration, your love, your light, the way you are. And he looks at himself. So this is about you and them, and that's what matters. So he's looking at the love. And he's thinking, this is real. This is something pretty special. This is magical. I want to be able to commit to our love. So he understands that spiritually things need to be different, and physically too. Different in his physical reality and in his mind. The way he's viewing things and looking at things, because he's releasing conditioning of society, things that's been programmed into his mind. He's releasing that so he can finally be free and take back his power to move ahead. So I am learning who I am. He's realising there's so much more to his life. That he has things to do. That he's part of something bigger. That he has a mission. He's starting to realise that he's got things within him he needs to express. Not only his feelings and his words to you, but with the world. You know, he's an expression of love and light, and he wants to be able to share that with the world. He's been repressing that in his life. He's so much more than who he was, and that's the message coming through. So he knows now he wants to be able to commit to this love, but to himself too. And it's never about the masculine's choosing the divine feminine, because the masculine always chooses the divine feminine, even when it seems otherwise. It's about the masculine choosing himself. And when he chooses himself, he'll always end up with you, because all paths lead home, and he'll always be led to you. And yesterday we were talking about with the masculine how they were going through these trials of fire, to understand and process and get there. They walk through the fire to be with you. And that's where he is. He's going through all of this kind of realization and epiphanies and aha moments to work out what this is. And that's why he needed that time. So he's saying to you today, I'm growing up spiritually so that I can be with you. I'm learning who I am. And the Hierophant is also about commitment. So it can be connected with marriage and taking it to the next level. And that's what's going to come in the future. So he's also working through any fears around commitment issues or the past, things he needs to release to be free. So I'm learning who I am spiritually, and look at this, I'm learning to ask for what I want. So that's the masculine's lesson. The Seven of Pentacles is an energy where we plan and we set intention and we visualize. And it's a very, very powerful card. But what I'm feeling here is he's letting you know what his lesson is. He's learning to ask for what he wants. That means to step up, to be trusted by the divine feminine to find his way home, to ask, yes, I want commitment, divine feminine. Yes, I want another chance. Yes, I want to be with you. And he's realizing he has to be able to ask for it. And this is what happens because you've got the divine feminine, the divine masculine. The divine feminine's lesson is to release control because the feminine is always asking for what she wants because that's part of who you are as a spiritual being. You know that when you ask, you receive. You know from your connection with Source that when you want something, you ask the universe for it. So you expect it. That's part of who you are. You don't have to really learn that because it's already in you. And it's already in the masculine, but it's repressed. So the thing that we have to learn to do as a divine feminine is to have faith that when we ask, it is given. It's the release of the control the feminine struggles with. It's the release. That's why the masculines teach you to release control. They teach you true surrender. That's why sometimes separation comes in quickly. They block you and do all these things because they are teaching you to let go of control. Because if you're blocked, you can't reach out. You can't change things. You can't make things happen. All you can do is change the way you are looking at the situation and change the way you are seeing the situation. Now, the masculines are used to the feminine asking. So the masculines don't really have to ask for anything because the feminines give freely. The feminines give their love and light. And it can be very overwhelming for the masculines because what the masculines have to learn on this journey is to actually give back, give without, anything, any reason, it's like they need to give anyway freely. They learn to give freely to you in equal balance. And they have to be able to give to you without you asking or wanting something. They have to learn to ask for what they want, to ask the universe, to ask you, to realize they deserve it. So when you kind of go within yourself and you start working on you, divine feminine, then the masculine is able to have space and room to feel at peace and to feel safe enough to come forward to ask for what they want. So you're both learning lessons from different spectrums or different avenues of understanding. So the feminine learns to let go and the masculine learns to ask for what they want, to be able to move towards you, to be able to come to you in their own way, in their own time, for their own spiritual growth and learning. And this is where we are. Things are revving up. Lately I'm constantly hearing things revving up. That was a car, but I've been seeing motorbikes because it's about the journey moving forward. And the fear being released. Thank you, they give me all this burpee energy. And it's painful when it comes up because the masculines have to release so much fear. And that's why you get it coming out when you're channeling it as burpee energy because it's like acid reflux. It's all that pain and all that kind of fire that's been burning in there that needs to be released. The masculine is a lot like a volcano that's ready to erupt. They aren't able to express themselves to friends or family, whereas the feminine does. The feminine finds people who relate. The feminine is guided to channels like this one, where you relate with other people so you can get your thoughts out, you can communicate, you talk to friends maybe about it. Yeah, sometimes they don't understand you, but at least you can get their energy out so you're not bottling it all up. The masculines don't have that. They've been brought up in the energy where you don't share your feelings. It's a programming of society or a conditioning that they've believed. So they don't, open up until they start realizing they're able to, that it's okay for them to express this love and to be authentic and be the true self. So instead, they hold it all in and they hold everything in, not just what they need to share with you, but their feelings for you, their desire for you, their emotion, everything about this connection. And if they are in a karmic situation, they hold all that blame and resentment and pain and everything in, and it all bubbles up. And then it just comes out like a volcano. It explodes, and that's where the changes happen. Because, they may not even mean to say something to their karmic partner, but it just comes out. And it starts a cycle. It starts like it opens that can of worms. It opens Pandora's box where everything starts coming into the open. And that's where they are. So he's saying to you today, I'm learning who I am spiritually so that I am able to commit to our love and ask for what I want. So he can say to the universe, yes, I do want this love and I do want to be happy and to feel satisfied in my life and to be treated well. I deserve that. And he hasn't really felt deserving of that in his life. That's why he's settled for second best. That's why he's got involved in situations he's been struggling to release himself from. He's got tangled up in a lot of red tape. And he's saying to you, my circumstances need to change so I can commit to this love. So he knows what he has to do. And it's very important as a divine feminine that we understand that when the masculines are going within, when they create that block, or when they process, or when they need time to think, it's so that they can work out how to ask for what they want, how they can change their life. They work out the feelings for you and what it all means, and they start processing what this love is. They may even be guided to things about twin flames, so they start seeing it from that higher perspective. But this is about them being guided. And divine feminines, that your journey is being guided. That came up today in the daily twin flame reading. So you're being guided. So it's obvious that your masculine is being guided too, because you are one. So remember, the angels are all around them. They have a guardian angel. They have support from loved ones in heaven, ascended masters guiding them. They are not alone. So it's okay for you to take a step back so they can step forward, because they have to learn to ask for what they want without you being there all the time to do it for them. Take that step back. Life will go on. They will move towards you and you'll be together. So, when we think it's over, it's not. It's just a new beginning. So divine masculine today, you're in this energy where you're feeling excited about the future. It may feel a bit scary. It may be a bit, it's the unknown, what's going to happen, but you are excited about it because you know now that you are ready to ask for what you want. You're ready to talk to heaven and be open and loving and show your divine feminine your real truth, who you really are, what you really want to bring in this lifetime. And feminines, the masculines are doing the work here. They're doing the work, they're being guided. So shine your light bright today. Focus on love. Focus on being open and receptive, because everything you want is flowing in. So the masculine today is stepping into their power, moving forward and making changes within to make changes on the outside too. Have a great day. I hope this helps and I'll see you soon.